Hi, welcome to your mind-body connection. My name is Xandra, and as always, I am grateful that you landed on your mat to practice with me today. This Vinyasa flow practice is a detox flow. And I like to think about a practice like this, moving beyond just the physical detoxification that we will be connecting with, but also the mental, the emotional detoxification that we can get really intentional around. So thinking of this practice in three different components. So first, we'll create the space. Create the space for whatever it is that we would love to detoxify from, we would love to release. Maybe something is bringing a lot of stress and worry into your life. Maybe it feels really heavy and you want to feel lighter from it. You want to be able to let it go, even if it's just for this time on your mat. And then we're moving into the refinement, the holding of the space around whatever it is that we would love to let go of. So building a little bit more heat, more strength around that, moving a little bit more inward to that refinement process. And then lastly, we'll work into the wringing out, right? Those physical twists within the body so that we can really feel, once we come out of that, the letting go, the release of whatever it is that we created this space for, held this space for, and then let it go. So I do recommend a couple blocks. They can be very helpful to bring the floor closer to you, to be supportive. But if you do not have them, no worries at all. So just coming to a comfortable seated position within your body and just sitting up nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders away from your ears, and then closing down your eyes. And place your hands just right at your belly. As you start to deepen your breath, feel into this process of creating more space, more openness. Inhaling and exhaling in and out of your nose. And you're already starting to just feel in your body this intention to feel lighter, more open. And then bringing to your mind that emotional or mental part that you would love to let go of. And sometimes letting go is really challenging. So just know that it is a process. And just start to call that in. Create the space for it. Taking just a few more deep, steady breaths here, feeling more open, more spacious. And just bringing to the forefront of your mind what it is that you are creating this space for here. Now opening your eyes, inhale, stretch the arms up and over, lots of length through the spine. As you exhale, bring your right hand down, stretch your left arm up and over, side stretch. So we're feeling into more spaciousness through the left side of the body. Gaze goes wherever it feels best for your neck. Now inhale, come through to center. Exhale over to the left. Right arm really lifting and lengthening up and over your head. Stay anchored through your seat. And just take one more cycle of breath. Now coming back through to center and into your tabletop position. We'll start to warm up a little bit more through the spine, shoulders, and hips with our cat-cows. As you inhale, drop your belly and create more space within your heart. Exhale, rounding, feel more spaciousness into your upper back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift through the heart, soften. Exhale, rounding, feeling the navel hug in towards the spine. And do that 2 more times, just linking your breath with your movement. Freeing up stagnation, releasing tension. Now coming to a neutral position, create that connection to your center, low belly hugs in and up. And then lift your right leg up and back behind you. Rotate your right hip down, toes point down, and then reach your left arm forward. So create the space here from left hand to right heel, doing your best to find the balance. Soften your eye gaze at one point on your mat. Feel into the activation of your lifted leg. Just a little bit longer here, breathing deeply to help steady you into the pose. Now release, take a brief child's pose, just resting your wrists for a moment, drop into it. And then moving back forward, tabletop position. Now lifting your left leg up and back behind you, internally rotating your left hip, right arm extends forward. We're feeling that strength in our center to help support us here, finding balance. And then just feeling into how much space you can create from right hand to left heel. Allow your breath to be your anchor. Just one more round of breath, stay with it. And then release, puppy dog pose, hips high, walk your hands forward, drop your head and your heart towards the earth, just stretching more into your shoulders. Feel into that release. Now moving back forward into your tabletop position. And then stepping back into your plank pose, just a few breaths here, starting to connect to our strength. Hugging low belly in and up. Remember, at any time you can drop the knees for support, but we're still in that process of creating the space for whatever it is that we would love to release here on our mat. Take one more very deep breath in. And then downward facing dog as you exhale. Feel into the spaciousness of your spine. Add any movement that feels good. You can pedal the feet, move the head a little bit, yes and no. Just let any tension release out of your neck. And then just coming to a place of stillness and really feeling into the spaciousness of your down dog. Rooting through hands and feet. Hips are high to the sky. Now begin to walk your feet all the way forward, standing forward fold, top of the mat. And then just let your upper body hang heavy for a moment here. Breathe into your back body. And then now feeling into the spaciousness of our half forward fold. So here's where the blocks may come in handy to bring the floor closer to you. But we're lifting and lengthening as much as we can here, aligning shoulders with our hips. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and feel into the strength of your low body. Have some bend into your knees. Keeping your frontal core muscles engaged to help support your low back. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, fold, let it go. Again, inhale, lift halfway, lengthen forward. Exhale, soften down. Now maintain that space. Inhale, rise all the way up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just moving through our sun salutation A. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold, starting to warm up the body more. Inhale, flatten your back. Feel that space there. Exhale, plank pose, step back into it. Now inhale, shift a little forward, shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga, hug the elbows in. Inhale, either cobra or up dog, whichever feels best, and really feel into the lifting of the heart, crown of head. Now roll over the toes, press your hips back, down dog. Continuing just to feel into the spaciousness of our bodies and our minds. Take a deep breath in, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach, grow a little bit taller in your body. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, either step or lightly hop back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Feel into the openness there. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale breath. Exhale, travel forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Breath by breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa, step or hop back, move through it, find your pacing and rhythm. But feel into the power of moving more slowly and mindfully. We're not trying to rush through it quickly, feeling our way through it, moment by moment, pose by pose, breath by breath. Let's do a few more. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, travel forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart, just creating the space. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, really lift and lengthen forward. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. Inhale into your heart opener. Exhale, down dog. Last time, take a deep breath in. Travel forward, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, bring the hands back to the heart. Come back to this moment. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa, move through it. And then just take a moment, observe how you feel in your down dog. You can always take child's pose instead if you need to. If you are in child's, make your way back into down dog and then travel forward, top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, chair pose. So as we come into this chair, thinking about the spaciousness here. Okay, so feel the ribs move away from your hips. You're bending into the knees, but again, feeling into that lift, that openness through the front of your body. And you can always just keep your hands at heart center if that feels better for the shoulders. Otherwise, keep lifting and lengthening up. Feel into the openness here. Feel into your strength. Use your breath to help support you. And just notice any mental resistance that often comes up when we're holding for a little bit of time. We're starting to really feel into the sensations. We're almost through it. Last 2 breaths. Maintain the length of your spine, connecting to the strength of your legs. Now inhale, rise all the way up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, moving through our vinyasa. And remember, at any time you want to skip it instead, just go right back, down dog. Modify if that feels better. And see every vinyasa too as a clearing out. Clearing out of expectations and inadequacies, any judgments that come up, just let those go. Now inhale, lifting the right leg high to the sky and really feeling into the spaciousness here. So we're still in that creation of space, this part of our practice. So really lifting and lengthening up. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, step your foot all the way forward, coming into a low lunge position to start. So feel the lift through the heart, shoulders away from ears. You can always have your blocks here too, but we're creating a lot of space here in the lunge, crown of head to back heel. Now spinning your back heel down, rise up, warrior 1. So lots of spaciousness in the upper body, just like we felt in our chair pose. We're lifting and lengthening out. And we're feeling our left hip roll forward, right hip roll back. Just keep breathing, feeling your way through it. Last cycle here, inhale and exhale. Now bringing your hands down either to the mat or your blocks, step your back foot a little bit forward, coming into pyramid, but maintaining that lift and length here. So that spaciousness, what we are creating this space for to then eventually let go of. Now, if you want a little bit more challenge here, take away the support, sweep the arms back. Stay lifted through the heart center. Just one more cycle of breath here. Now bring your hands back down, shifting into our standing splits, but rather than folding down, we are lifting and lengthening up. So it's almost like a halfway point between standing splits and warrior three, but we're using the support of either the blocks or our hands on our mat. And then feel into that action, crown of head forward, left heel back. How much space can you create through those 2 points? Breathe a little bit deeper. Now take a big step back, coming into your high lunge, crescent pose. Hook your thumbs together and then try to pull the thumbs apart, feeling into that action of the outer shoulder muscles turning on. Take just one more round of breath here. And then opening up to warrior two, spinning your back heel down, feeling into the spaciousness of this pose. So your shoulders are right above your hips, lots of energy through the arms. Take another deep breath in. Reverse your warrior as you exhale, sliding your left hand down the back of your leg, feeling into that spaciousness, right side body. Inhale, come through to center. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way down, moving through the vinyasa, clearing out the side. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Bring that same awareness in. How much space can you create from your hands to your lifted heel? Maintain the depth of your breath. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, step your foot all the way forward, coming into that low lunge. So lots of length and space here, settling into your feet, feeling the energy of the feet support you as they ground into the earth below. Now spinning your back heel down, rise up, warrior one. Length, lift, open into it. Feel the left hip draw back a little bit more, right hip pull forward. One more cycle of breath. And then bringing your hands down, step your back foot in, pyramid pose, lifting and lengthening up. Steady yourself with your legs, and then just check in. Do you need a little bit more support? If so, keep your hands down. Otherwise, sweep the arms back, take it away. Find some more challenge. And then releasing down, shifting forward, standing splits, lifting our right leg, but we're staying lifted. Maintaining that openness here, creating the space for whatever it is that we will then refine and eventually release. Check in with the quality of your breath. Last moment here. And then a big step back, high lunge. Arms reach up and over, hook the thumbs, bring some more energy into the upper body. And then opening up, warrior two. So we're feeling into the expansion here. Hand to hand, foot to foot. Bringing more life into the pose with your breath. Now inhaling a little forward, flip the palm, exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale all the way down. Move through the flow. And then once you get back into your down dog, just a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up, mountain pose. And then working into a little bit of balance, maintaining that spaciousness. So hands to hips, start to ground down through the right foot, little micro bend through the right knee. Now hugging your left knee up and in, and then lengthen your leg forward. So don't worry about how high you can lift. Just feel into the strength that you're building with your lifted leg, quads, hip flexors, all the way into the core. And then start to reach the arms up and over. You're creating the space. You're feeling expansive here. You're doing your best to find the balance. If the fall happens, no worries. Let it go. Come back in. Right? Teaching us patience and humility every time we fall. And then release back into your mountain pose. Switching sides, rooting down through the left leg. Start to draw your knee up and in. You can use your hands to bring it up. And then lengthen forward. Imagine there's a wall right behind you, right? Sometimes that can make all the difference when it comes to balancing. What can we visualize here to create that grounding energy of stability? So reaching up and over, doing your best to keep lifting through your toes. Breathe a little bit deeper. Last moment here. And then release, let it go. So now moving into the refining part of what it is that we got intentional around, that we are eventually releasing from. So moving a little bit more internally, more compressive poses, and building a little bit more heat and strength within our center. So as you come into your chair pose, we're getting really low into it now. Okay, so starting to feel the weight shift more back into your heels. And then begin to round a little bit like you're coming into cat pose and bring your elbows on top of your knees. Now you can bring your thumbs in between the eyebrows, right to your third eye, that place of wisdom and intuition. And you're continuing to hug your low belly in and up. So coming into that refinement, we're holding the space now for what it is that we will release. Again, maybe it's just for this time on our mat. Sometimes it is a lifelong process of letting something go. You're here for just 2 more breaths. You got it. Start to feel into that warmth, the strength that you're building. We're in it together. And then release, let it go. Amazing job. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, step back into your plank pose. And then coming onto the forearms for your dolphin plank. So again, just feeling into that inner strength as much as we're connecting to our outer strength here. You can always drop the knees if you need to, but just breathe. Come into that refinement, moving into your center, the seat of your power, building into your confidence and your strength. You're here for just another few deep breaths, doing your best to just stay with it because you know you're about to release right here. Let it go, Sphinx pose. Hips come down, lift through the heart. And then coming all the way down for a moment, back into child's pose. Feel the release there. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Feel into the strength again. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, step your foot forward, coming into that lunge position. And then spin your back heel down, root to rise, come all the way up, warrior one. Now bringing the arms back behind you, either interlace fingers or grab onto elbows if that's more accessible. Now take a deep breath in, lift through the heart. As you exhale, humble warrior. We're bowing down. We're moving more into that internal space of refinement here. So breathe your way through it. Take just one more cycle of breath. Now release your hands down, step your back foot in, pyramid pose. So feeling that compression, belly to thigh now. Now if you want to work a little bit deeper, you can turn your hands to face towards your left toes and just traction your fingers into the mat to help pull you into the fold. Now shifting forward, standing splits, but we're maintaining that close contact upper body to our standing leg, lifting and lengthening. So your hands can always come back to your blocks for more support, or even taking away the balance or the support to challenge your balance. So hands to the back of your right heel if you want to go there. Play to your personal edge. Take one more deep breath in. Full breath out. And then coming all the way back into our high lunge. So plant the left foot, come all the way up. Now working into a heart opener. So remembering to keep that openness within the heart and the mind to what you're creating the space for, what you are holding the space for, and what you will eventually release. It can be very empowering to get intentional through our yoga practice in this way. Now inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. Take a very deep breath in. Reverse your warrior as you exhale. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down. Move through your vinyasa. Left side, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, work your leg back up. Exhale, step your foot all the way through. Come to that low lunge for a moment. Spin your back heel down. Warrior one, stand strong. And then moving into that more compressive state, moving inward to what we are refining. Bring the arms back behind you. If you interlace fingers, do opposite thumb on top, the way that feels unnatural. Grab elbows opposite way. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, just get humble in your warrior, dropping into it. We're feeling into our hips more with as much weight that is pouring forward into your left foot. Keep anchoring back through the right heel. Take just one more full round of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands down, step your back foot in, pyramid. We're maintaining that compressive state, working our belly as close to our thigh as we can, working into the refinement. Now shifting forward, standing split, so keeping that close contact, upper body to leg, and then you play around with your edge, whether you support yourself, maybe blocks, floor, or take it away. Feel into the challenge. So good to move beyond our comfort zone. We never know what's going to happen until we try. Now take a big step back, high lunge. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, bend the elbows, open your heart. Notice how you feel. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, warrior two. Take a very deep breath in. Reverse your warrior, exhale. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Step back into your plank pose. Once again, come onto the forearms. So adding on a little bit more of that building into our strength, our heat, feeling that inner fire to help us purify, detox, whatever it is we want to let go of. So as you inhale, drop your hips, Sphinx pose. And then as you exhale, lift through the hips, come back to dolphin plank. Inhale, release your hips, lift through the heart. You can always do this with the knees down. Exhale, come and lift back into it. Just do 3 more, breathing through it. Hug low belly in and up as you lift. Last 2, slow and controlled, building into our strength. Last one, inhale, exhale, and then coming all the way back, child's pose, just for a moment. Feel into the release of your low back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, travel forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, root to rise, come all the way up. And then coming back into our strong mountain pose. So feeling our weight shift back into our right foot, hug the left knee up and in. Now you can grab hold here. Couple different options. So you're either hugging your knee up and in close to your belly, feeling into that more compressive state, or reaching down and interlacing your fingers to the bottom of your foot. Now, as you start to lengthen forward, you do not have to get the leg all the way straight. What feels best for you? Honor where your body is. If you're in that position, then you start to bend your elbows, work your nose closer towards your knee. Just a few more deep breaths. You're always doing your best to balance, but we're never working towards perfection. And then slowly come all the way up, shake it out, let it go. Softening into the art of progression. This is a practice. We feel different every day. Some days balance is great, some days not so much. And we just learn from those lessons of working through any frustration or impatience that might come up. Okay, second side. So we're grounding through our left leg, strong, steady base, hugging the right knee up and in. And you're either staying with this hugging up and in, right? Doing your best to work the knee close in towards the rest of your body. Otherwise, adding on, interlacing your fingers underneath your foot. You start to lengthen forward. And then maybe you're starting to take it even deeper there. Your breath is your anchor. Your breath is your power source. Last moment, stay with it. And then start to rise up, let it go. Feel the release of that. So now we are moving into the release. We created the space, we held the space, we did that refinement. Now we're working into letting it go. So whatever you called in at the very beginning, this is where you start to feel lighter, more expansive, less heavy in the mind and the heart with whatever it is that you are intentionally letting go of. So moving back into our chair pose, we'll work into a little bit more strength of our obliques, our side abdominals, before we get deeper into our twist. So hands to heart center, legs are hugging in, squeezing in. Take a deep breath in. Then as you exhale, your left elbow moves towards your right knee, but you're hovering. You're not making the contact. Then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right elbow hovers above your left knee. Inhale, center. One more time each side. Exhale, twist, hovering. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, rotate. Now inhale, come back to center. Now we make the contact, elbow to knee, going deeper into our twist, where we start to feel that wringing out, that deeper compression. Maybe the arms expand wide. If it's difficult to breathe deeply here, you can always come up more. Bring left hand to the outer right knee. You're here for just a couple more deep breaths. Stay with it. You're going to feel into that release, that letting go in just a moment. Now let it go and feel that wash over you. Forward fold. Chair pose, second side. Take a deep breath in, create the space first. Then exhale, twist. Doing your best to bring elbow to knee. Our heart is lifting towards our thumbs. Maybe we open wide from that point, or take it out. Your breath is always the best guide here to how the pose is unfolding in your body. You're going to feel into that letting go in just a moment. You're not here forever. Feel into that purification process. And then release, let it go, shake it off. Inhale, flatten your back, gaze forward. Exhale, vinyasa or down dog, whatever feels best for you at this point in time. Let's take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, this time twist right knee to left elbow. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, step forward, coming into that lunge position. Back knee drops, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, hook elbow to knee. Once again, similar feeling that we did in our chair pose. Now, once you feel strong and stable, lift your back knee, maybe open out. Again, another option is our dragonfly twist, less compression. Take one more deep breath in, full breath out. Come all the way up to your high lunge, reach, lift and lengthen. And then bringing your hands down, step your back foot in for pyramid. Now working into our revolved triangle. So block can be very helpful here, bringing the floor closer to you. You're bringing your left hand either to the inner or the outer part of your right foot. Now right thumb to hip crease, right hip crease, draw your hip back in space and feel how you can lift and lengthen more there. Take another inhale, fill up the lungs, and then exhale, rotate open to the right. Now for some of us, this feels a little tweaky for the shoulder to expand in this way. So you can always bring your hand to your sacrum instead as you feel into that rotation. Now we're twisting more from the mid-back, more dense part of our back muscles. Take one more deep breath in. And then release and really feel into the letting go, what it is that you are leaving on your mat today, you're feeling more liberated from. Now shift the weight forward into the right foot, lift your left leg hip height, left hand diagonal of the right big toe towards the corner of your mat, hand to block or a mat. And then once again, we revolve open. So revolved half moon now. Really lift and lengthen forward. Maybe you take away your balance here, hand to heart. Really feel into the vitality of your body here, the effort that you are giving, but where can you find the ease for the last moment? Now bring your right hand down, take a big step back, inhale, high lunge. Exhale, open warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way down, coming into your plank pose. Forearm plank. Now we're working into some twist here. You can also interlace the fingers if that feels better. Take a deep inhale and then dip your hips to the right as you exhale. Inhale, center. Dip to the left, exhale. Remember, knees can come down, center, over to the right, center, over to the left, come back through to center, stay with it, breathe in, breathe out, then release, let it go, child's pose for just a brief rest, and then downward facing dog. Now inhale, left leg high. Exhale, cross under towards the right elbow. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step your foot forward, coming into your lunge position, back knee down, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in, and then feel into the rotation towards the left. Then lift your back knee. Maybe you open the arms from this point or take your dragonfly twist instead. Feel into that compression before the release. Now release all the way up. Inhale, feel the spaciousness. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down, step your back foot in, setting up for revolved triangle. So maybe your block comes back underneath the right hand, inner or outer part of left foot. Left thumb to left hip crease, draw your hip back, take a deep breath in, create as much space as you can, and then left arm up towards the sky. So maybe you just bring hand to sacrum if that feels better for the shoulder joint. Feel that rotation from your mid-back. We're here for just a little bit longer. Stay with it. And then release. Now, shifting forward, lifting the right leg. Right hand to block or floor, diagonal the left big toe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, revolved, half moon. Power back through the right heel. Maybe you take away the support just to see what happens. Work to your edge. Hand can always come to the heart. Sometimes that connection to heart center just gives us that extra bit of support and compassion for any challenge that we're feeling. And then release, step back, high lunge. Inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale all the way down, moving through your flow, arriving back into your down dog or your child's pose. Take a few cleansing breaths here. Now, bottom of your next exhalation, step or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, root to rise, come all the way up. Coming back to our balance. Right foot is our anchor, hugging left knee up and in. Take your time, no rush to get there. And then a few options, either keeping a bend to your knee, start to twist open, left arm back, or reach down, grab hold of your foot, and start to lengthen the leg forward. Keep gazing at one point, find your drishti to help stabilize you. Feel into that twist. You will eventually release out of it. So staying inspired. And then let it go. Feel into that release. Anchoring down through the left leg, hugging right knee up and in. Crown of head is lifting towards the sky. We're grounding through our standing leg into the earth. And then choosing either our bent knee twist or lengthening forward. Just a few more moments here. Stay with the twist, stay with the rotation. You are eventually letting go that physical, mentally, emotional part of what we called in today. And then release. Left hand to heart, right hand to belly. Just a moment of gratitude for showing up for yourself, for creating this space, holding this space, and then releasing whatever it is that you felt compelled to let go of today. And with that gratitude flowing through us, one more sun A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Vinyasa. And then we'll start to make our way to a seated position. Bringing our right leg out, left foot in. So we'll link breath with movement before we fold more deeply into our right side. So staying grounded through the seat, tall through the spine. Inhale, create space, lots of lift and length. And then exhale, start to rotate towards your right leg. Bring your fingertips down, just come about halfway. Inhale, coming through, lengthening. And then exhale, twisting over to the left. Inhale, come through to center. Exhale, rotate, come about halfway. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale into your twist. Inhale, come through to center. Now we fold. Exhale, grabbing onto whatever part of your leg feels best as you drop into it. And just feel a sense of release wash over you. Noticing all the changes within this work that you did here on your mat. Now coming all the way up, switching sides, we'll bring our left leg out, right foot in. Inhale, nice and tall, so feel the spaciousness. Exhale, rotate fingertips down, just coming halfway. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, rotate, come about halfway. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, twist. Inhale through to center. And then exhale, just fold about 3 steady breaths here, dropping into it. Doing your best to stay present. Just noticing the sensations of your body and this new current of energy running through you. Feeling lighter, more liberated. Now coming all the way up. We'll make our way onto our backs now. And just taking one bridge pose, plant your feet down, hands next to your hips, shoulder blades moving a little together. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Feel the openness of your heart, your front body. And then releasing your hips down, cross your right ankle above your left knee. Weave your hands to the back of your left thigh, start to draw the knee in. Option to lift your left leg up. And to feel more, you can always use your right elbow against the right thigh to draw the knee further away. And maybe your eyes are closing down here. The breath is still deep. You're feeling more held by the earth below, not as much effort. So releasing contraction, engagement, and just try to soften into the deep release of this pose into your hips. Take one more deep inhale. Full exhale. And then rebending your left knee if it was straight, release and switch sides. So crossing left ankle above the right knee, weave your hand to the back of your right thigh, draw the knee in. And then maybe you're lifting right foot up. You can use your left elbow against the left thigh, trying to keep your tailbone rooted. And with each exhalation, you can visualize any last little bit of tension just moving out of your body and your mind. Take just one more full round of breath. And then releasing. We'll end with a happy baby pose, grabbing onto the bottoms of the feet. You can also interlace peace fingers around the big toes, or even just grab onto the backs of your knees, what feels best. And then just a little gentle rock from side to side, massaging into your low back. Last little bit of movement before stillness. And then making your way to your Shavasana. So extending your legs long, your body is ready for rest. And just allowing the benefits of this detox flow to wash over you. There is so much empowerment and healing that can take place when we get really intentional with whatever it is that we want to reflect upon, then refine, and then release. So just allow yourself to rest into that, feeling more at peace. Now, if you have the time, the freedom for an extended Shavasana, I always encourage it. But if you are ready to bring yourself back into the rest of your day, start to bring some gentle movement into your body. Maybe a full body stretch, just feeling into this new energy, new perspective, new lightness of being. And then rolling over to whatever side feels most comfortable for you. Now making your way to a comfortable seated position, coming full circle to how we began. Eyes are still closed, hands to heart center, sitting up nice and tall. And then just taking a moment to bow with honor and gratitude to yourself for the simple fact that you showed up today. You committed to this practice. Thank you, as always, for coming to practice with me. I hope to see you soon.